You know, it's funny, I hadn't really planned on this, but everybody's been talking about these guitars up here, and kind of the backstory, and it occurred to me that this guitar I'm holding is one of my main guitars. I've played this on tour for 20 years. If you know anything about refretting a guitar, oftentimes people will have a guitar for their whole life and they might refret it, what, twice?
Depends.
If they play a lot.
Yeah,
I'm asking the Fender guy because he knows. I don't know, because I'm refretting this thing all the time. That's how many miles are on this. This has been refretted 13 times.
Wow, 13.
And there's a bunch of crazy history with this guitar, and it's kind of automotive related in a funny way. It's the first thing I actually built from scratch. I built this guitar when I was 15, 350 bucks. Bought it one part at a time. And
like a layaway program, you go and buy a neck and you go and buy a body. Is that how it works? I don't know. I've never bought one. So.
No, you know, there used to be these ads in the back of Guitar Player magazine, and you could buy a body and you could buy a neck and you could buy kind of pick out your kind of choice parts like you would, you know, in building a car. You know, you pick out, you know, I want a flathead, but I want a LaSalle trans, and I want a quick change, but I want a coupe body, but no fenders. Same kind of approach, you know. I mean, it's. To me, it's I kind of wanted a 60s style sunburst, which is still on the back, and we'll get to why there's only sunburst on the back in a second. But I wanted a maple neck, which is a 50s thing, so it's kind of a bit of a combination of a couple of eras of Fender. This thing has been with me through thick and thin. I was in a kind of nasty car accident, fell asleep at the wheel coming home from a gig at like 3:45 in the morning, ran into a truck, rolled a 75 half-ton Chevy pickup into a ball, and the only thing that survived from that accident other than me was this guitar, which was in a road case in the bed of the truck. And to tell you how hard I hit this truck that I hit, it actually folded the bed sides of the bed of the pickup, and I hit this thing head on. So, but this thing survived. And has, again, been with me kind of through the years. And let's get to the pain on it, because this is kind of funny. I was working in my shop, and just talk about procrastination. I built this guitar in '85, and the day I got the body, I was like, and this is not a Fender body, so it's not your fault, but I didn't like the sunburst. I just thought the sunburst was a little off, it wasn't quite what I wanted. And you know, for 20 plus years, I thought someday I'm going to fix this issue with the sunburst. And I had a car in my shop that I was painting. And I finished it, I was done. There was still paint in the gun, and I can't throw anything away. I can't toss it in the garbage can. And I thought, I got a little paint in here. I start looking around my shop, and I'm walking around the shop, and I'm like, I should paint like a rusty shelf or fence post or something in the yard, just use this paint. And it just occurred to me that that'd be a great color for the Strat. So I ran into the house, you know, trying to get all this done before the paint set up in my gun. And I blew this thing apart and scuffed it in about 5 minutes. Just power tools, cut the strings off in one clip and just buzzed it all apart, kind of scuffed it up, and I had enough paint just to paint the front. But this is a long way around the block to get to me saying that the car I painted was my very first car that I bought when I was 17, which I still have and still drive every day. And this is my very first electric guitar. And they are painted with the same color and out of the same can.
That's cool.
So it's kind of cool. And it kind of looks like Clapton's Black Heat. So I kind of like that about it. So that was a little kind of bridging cars and guitars there.
Now, what are you building in the shop? And there's a theme running through here if you hear this, guys. All these guys do stuff with their hands, which sadly in our sort of education system nowadays, they don't teach us that so much.